What do Wesley Snipes, Lauryn Hill, and Mike the Situation Sorrentino all have in common? Well, they're all famous. They're also dirty, rotten tax cheats. That's right, they've all been convicted of criminal tax evasion. Lauryn Hill and Snipes, they both serve time in prison. But what is tax evasion? Tax evasion is a form of tax fraud that involves the use of illegal methods to conceal income or information from the government or other tax authorities. So let me make it simpler. Here's some examples of tax evasion. If you take a deduction or a credit you're not entitled to, that's technically tax evasion. They can charge you criminally. You conceal your income, you conceal assets, people underreport their income, or not reporting all your income from cash, on all cash, or illegal activities. That can be another example of tax evasion. In any case, tax evasion is a felony. It can carry prison time and up to $250,000 fine. And look, when the IRS wants their money, they're coming to get their money. Now, tax avoidance, on the other hand, is legally structuring your affairs to pay less tax. Maybe you can take a 401k deduction or an IRA, tax credits you're legally entitled to. That's tax avoidance, and that's 100% legal. But that's not what we're talking about on this video. We're talking about tax evasion, and that's what we're going to break down. My name is Daniel Kotz. I'm a licensed tax attorney. I help people in all 50 states settle their IRS tax disputes and move on with their lives. On this week's video, I'm going to talk about why those celebrities I just discussed were convicted of tax evasion. There's a major difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. No one likes to pay taxes, so avoiding is okay. Evading it, that's where you get in trouble. First, let's talk about Lauryn Hill. She's considered by many to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. She kind of broke down the barrier for female rappers. But with all of her success, she failed to file all of her tax returns and owed substantial amounts. Her oversight led to a courtroom battle and 3 months in prison. Wesley Snipes, Blade. One of the best known actors of the late 80s and 90s, starring in films like White Men Can't Jump, Major League, and Blade. Snipes is also charged with tax evasion. He failed to report over $38 million of income between 1999 and 2004. On top of that, he engaged in some shady practices. He was using illegal tax shelters and other fraudulent tax avoidance schemes. Cross the line from tax avoidance to tax evasion. It's okay to write stuff off illegally on your taxes, but when you make stuff up and you illegally create expenses, that's when you go to prison like Snipes. Mike the Situation, the Jersey Shore star, he was also charged and convicted of tax evasion. So he and his brother created some businesses like MPS Entertainment and the Situation Nation to exploit Mike's celebrity status. Then they falsified records and failed to report all his income correctly, not paying all the income tax on his $8.9 million of income from 2010 to 2012. I don't know if you recall this, when it became public, people were shocked. In 2018, the Situation pleaded guilty to 1 count of criminal tax evasion as part of a plea agreement. He was sentenced to 8 months in federal prison, 2 years of supervised release, a fine of $10,000, restitution of over $120,000, and some community service time. So here's what needs to be done if you're ever in the situation where you receive a notice from the IRS letting you know that they think you owe them money. The first thing you need to do is read the notice, see if you agree with it. It might be correct. Sometimes the IRS is correct. Oftentimes they're not. The next step is to reach out to a qualified tax professional, someone who knows how the IRS works, someone who knows what to say, and equally as important, what not to say. And finally, you can have that tax professional step into your shoes and deal with the IRS on your behalf. Because let's face it, no one likes to talk to the IRS. For example, I have a current client who's facing an IRS proposal to assess her and her restaurant over $1.6 million in taxes covering several years. Now, her CPA had totally dropped the ball, had failed to file returns for my client in over 7 years, telling her all the time, oh, everything's fine. It was not fine. She came to me for help. I immediately filed a power of attorney to let the IRS know I was involved in the case. So we're still working on the case. It involved several years. We've only resolved 2017 though so far. We reduced that from $517,000 for right around $23,000. This alone is going to save her business from going under. Look, if you have an IRS matter pending, they're going to come after you, and no matter who you are, they're going to find a way to get it. Now, what's most important is you mitigate, get protection. If you have any more questions, contact my law firm or check out the rest of my content. I make videos like this informing the public of what happens when it comes to the tax law and how to deal with the IRS. No matter where you're located in the U.S., I can help you. Contact my office today.